Hi, everybody, and welcome to the 21st Perpetual Protocol Community Call. It's really great to have you all here. And yeah, we're super excited to share all the great news we have for the last 2 weeks. And this time on the call, we actually have some new guests. In addition to our usual host, Hannah, we also have Anwar.
Hey everybody, very happy to be connecting with you all. Welcome.
Yeah, so Anwar is a member of the Perpetual Protocol core team, and we also have Leonie, who is also a core team member on the marketing team. Hi, Leonie.
Yeah, hi, nice to meet you guys.
Awesome. All right, so I'll pass the mic over to Hannah, and we can get started.
Okay. Yeah, I want to see how many people's online with us.
Looks like about
a
12.
lot of people saying hi. Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
Hi,
Shout
Tomo.
out everybody. Hello.
Hi, Taga. It's really hard to pronounce everybody's name. Anyway, so thanks for joining us. I want to encourage everyone to stick around because we will announce an oath later. So what's an oath? So for those who haven't heard of it, oath is an NFT of proof of attendance. I think it's on-chain attendance something. It's similar to POAP, and it's issued by our partner Galaxy, which is a great platform for every NFT lovers. And because the oath is limited, so we will send a link during the call, and it will only open up for 10 minutes. So stay with us. We will send out the link at some point. So today's agenda is the team updates, and then we will have a Q&A session. So get your questions ready. During we have a team update. Let me share screen. Oh, my cat is screaming.
Love cats.
I thought I have the right screen. Oh, it's this one. Can you guys see my screen? I think I'm gonna hide my bookmark bar, make it smaller. All right. So actually today, before the team update, I want to briefly introduce to our Agile methodology. So because we always call it like last sprint, this sprint, so I think I should just explain a little bit what it's a sprint. So it's a methodology for software development aimed to deliver complex products in an incremental, or you can say progressive fashion. So our engineering team's workflow is based on 2 weeks sprints. In the beginning of every 2 weeks, we will have a sprint planning meeting, define what we want to do, want to focus for the next 2 weeks. And then we will have daily stand-up meetings to make sure there's no blockers, and to make sure if there's anything we want to change on the spec or iterations. And then in the end of every 2 weeks, we will review the tasks and make sure we deliver. It's important that we deliver. So compared to traditional development process, the workflow adapts to the market faster and iterate quicker. So it's perfect for, I think it's perfect for like a fast changing industry or cutting edge technology, which is us. So we just started another sprint this Monday, and today's team update will walk you through what we have done for the last sprint, which is last 2 weeks. And also we will share about what we will focus for the next sprint, which will be the next 2 weeks. So we keep this working cycle for our bi-weekly newsletters. That's why the newsletter is like a release every 2 weeks. It's a bi-weekly. And also for the community call, we want to do every 2 weeks. So you guys in the community can keep track of our progress. All right, so we've been working really, really hard during this kind of various moment. And of course, if you have any questions, leave them in the chat, YouTube chat. Let me check if there's any questions. And also you can leave in the Discord channel. There's a community call question channel. We will cover the questions after the team updates. All right, let's get to the first part. So we have new markets. During the last sprint, we listed 3 new markets, Aten, One, and Near. And I think we have giveaways for one and near, right? So Leonie, can you share about the campaign?
Yeah, exactly. We had actually 2 giveaways, as I said, for one and for near. And the one giveaway is already over, but we did give away 20K in Perp and 1 to 20 winners. And to win, you had to bridge ETH to Harmony and trade the one market on Perp. I think we actually announced the winners yesterday. They were drawn like a lucky draw, so raffle kind of.
Wow.
And the near giveaway is actually still running. So you can participate until tomorrow at 2 p.m. UTC. So it should be exactly 1 day more to go.
Mm-hmm. Is there any criteria for this?
Yeah, we're also giving away 20K, this time in Perp and near, also to 20 winners again. And what you have to do is you have to bridge USDT to near protocol. You have to use the rainbow bridge to do it. And you have to trade near on Perp V2. I think it's best to check out the tweet for the full rules because you have to meet certain thresholds and certain trading volumes to get one ticket, but you can get more than one ticket and it increases your chance of winning. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah, make sure to follow our Twitter to know this kind of news immediately. And I think we just launched FTM last night, right? So did you guys see news about AC?
Yeah. What a time to launch FTM. For all the FTM holders out there, stay strong.
I think it drops like 30% or 20%. I don't remember.
Something like that. But I think it'll come back. I do have hope. I've used FTM before and it was actually it was a decent experience. So I do have faith.
You have faith, right? And I think it drops because people kind of misunderstood. They thought Phantom would be terminated, but actually, I think it's just AC would terminate his work there, right?
Yeah,
so
I think a lot of people were kind of upset with the words that were used to announce it. I definitely think it probably could have been worded better, but at the same time, bottom line is FTM is still going to continue, and you're still going to be able to trade it on Perpetual Protocol. So
yes, that's the most important part.
I think I'm also just going to add in here. So we list a lot of tokens with quite a high regularity. So I think I will take the community through exactly how we kind of list these things. So currently we have a token listing DAO. Essentially, that's a committee that vets what we list and what we don't list. So what will happen is business development will submit a list of tokens that they think are suitable for the community. The DAO will vote yes or no to each of the token proposed. And then once we kind of collect all the information about which tokens are approved, then we'll approach each of these projects for a listing and obviously a co-marketing campaign. The co-marketing campaign is actually a super important part of how we list things because we want to make sure that we tap into their community and we also want to make sure that their community taps into ours. Obviously, this is how we grow and this is how things move forward, So at this point in time, I think we try to release a new token at least once every 2 weeks, but if you are in tune with Perpetual Protocol, I think you'll notice that it's probably more closer to once every week. So yeah, this is a really good effort by the team and the token listing DAO. And we definitely want to keep up this energy. We definitely want to keep up the eyeballs. And with you guys as well, if you have tokens that you would like to see listed on Perpetual Protocol, hit us up on the socials. The more we hear about a token, the more chance you will have of seeing it listed. So yeah.
So where can they go? Can they just go to our Discord channel and
Discord, Twitter, make yourselves known,
shout out.
We love to hear it. So please don't be shy.
Yeah, nice. So Lee, do you have anything to add about this?
Definitely come and let us know what tokens you want to have added. Recently, well, I guess I won't break the news just yet, but we definitely had some people asking for a token, and the next thing I saw was we're going to be listing it really soon. So we definitely take feedback from the community. That's super important for us. And just going back to the FTM question, with Phantom and Andre leaving DeFi, personally, I think he's just probably going anon. I mean, if you're a major high-profile developer in DeFi, maybe at some point you just want to become anonymous.
Yeah, that's true. I think because he got too much hate from the internet. So I guess he's tired. I doubt that he would really quit because it's kind of like addictive. It's hard to quit, I think.
Yeah, I think especially for someone with his talent, like he's not really doing it for fame or money. He's doing it because he just loves it. And I think because he's so famous, then it starts to get annoying and just exhausting. So I wouldn't be surprised if suddenly, a couple of months from now, we see like this superstar developer, anonymous developer pop up and be like, hey, who's this?
Hey, I think it's Andre.
We remember your guess, Bundy. You were right all along. You called it.
Well, we'll see. We may never know.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get to the next part. Audit with shred of bits. We mentioned about this last time, and now it's finished. So we plan to publish the report because we know the transparency is very important for our community, and we will announce it when it's ready. And next up is the Lee Finance. You can check out the blog post here. We have Lee Finance integrated on our UI now. So Anwar, do you want to share how it works?
Yeah. I just want to add, so basically the partnership with Lee Finance, essentially it's yet another bridging option for people to use when they want to kind of access Perp v2. So if you guys didn't already know, Perpetual Protocol is actually the #1 in transactions optimism right now. We want to stay that way because it's something we find very cool. And actually our experience on optimism so far has been really good. So with this, it's making it as easy as possible for people from all chains to be able to bridge. If you want, you can visit perpetualprotocol.medium.com for all the how-tos. There's another kind of article called, I think it's the cheapest ways to deposit to Perp v2 via centralized exchanges. So it's not exactly a direct bridging title. However, the information in there definitely relates to bridging. And yeah, I think you should check it out. No matter what chain you're on, it will definitely help. I've actually run through the process myself. And yeah, it was pretty good. You don't have to make so many decisions. You can just go there step by step. And then before you know it, you are on Perp v2.
Yeah, it's much easier than before. I remember like all times, it's really hard to bridge funds.
Yeah. I think it's because you have to decide. It's like, which bridge do I want to use? Where do I want to get my funds from? Where do I want to divert things? Yeah, so if you have to think about it by yourself, it does get a bit
takes time to think about this.
Yeah, it's like I must decide,
Yeah, it's really hard to decide.
I like having other people decide for me. It's great.
Okay. Right. And also we just launched an Optimism East faucet. I think it's the first one on Optimism. It's free money. Although like 0.002 OEs may sound little, but I think it will make your life a lot easier. And so
actually, because of Optimism and how cheap gas is, that small tiny bit of ETH and Optimism will actually make your life a lot easier. So actually this kind of leads on to what we were talking about in terms of bridging earlier. So the most challenging part of bridging to Optimism is actually bridging ETH, surprise because of cost and the time. So this faucet will actually make the process much more streamlined. I think Leonie wanted to add. Oh yeah, did you want to add something, Leonie?
Yeah, I actually I think we talked about it earlier. I think the good point is you need to bridge USDC and then you're good to go because you get some ETH and then you can swap for some more to cover all your gas fees. So that makes it way easier. Actually, you don't have to think like, where do I bridge the USDC? Where do I bridge the ETH? Because you get ETH, you only need to bridge USDC.
Nice.
I think what is good to keep in mind is it has to be a new wallet. So if you already have some funds on Optimism, you can't use that wallet. It has to be a new one, and you have to use one of the bridges mentioned, and then you get free ETH.
So don't try to be too clever, guys.
Free money.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only $5 worth of ETH. It's probably not worth trying to get fancy.
Okay. So next one is everyone's favorite. Oh, we're gonna skip the market listing campaign. We just covered it. So the next one is everyone's favorite, the MacBook Mania. So the campaign has concluded and the winners will be announced as early as Friday. No promise. So we're still finalizing the data. But I think there's still some interesting data that we can share already.
Yeah, we do have some interesting data, and I wanted to add on for like newer users. So the MacBook Mania campaign was in order to promote the launch of the V2 referral program that lets anyone sign up as a referral partner, actually. And it was quite successful. So we already 4x the referral partners since January and more than 10x our referral traders. So I think you can check the blog post to find out more, also the benefits of the program, of being a referral partner, a referral trader. Yeah,
I think it's easy. Like everyone can become a referral partner now. We used to have a closed system, but now it's open up for everyone, which is really cool. Okay, so let's wait for the announcement for the winner. And next one is the IVO. Actually, we covered this a lot on the previous community call and in AMA. So you can check out our YouTube channel for the previous videos. So we raised 3 million with this IVO. I think it's the biggest raised in history because IVO is quite new, but it's still way beyond. Yeah, it's still way beyond our expectation. Yeah, considering we are kind of like
I
very.
found this on the web for what is the Levion citation. Check it out.
Sorry, my Siri just responded to me something.
She wants to get into the action. She's
Yeah.
jealous.
Yeah. Next time we can let Siri host the community call.
Yeah.
Oh,
If only she could host.
She doesn't think I'm gonna do good job.
Oh,
I
no.
should fire you anyway.
Siri is not good for self-esteem.
Okay, so we're done for the past 2 weeks. So let's check out what we would do for the next 2 weeks. For more market, I don't think we can disclose what market we will list, but just tune in on our social media, Twitter and Discord. Remember to join. And for the multi-collateral, we mentioned about this last time as well.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I'll take it from here. So
Okay.
Last community call, we talked about multi-collateral in terms of the trader side. So that's the taker side. So as much as it is very cool to be able to offer, inverse perpetual trading on Perp V2, what I actually find to be an even more interesting proposition is what it does to the maker side. So on the maker side, multi-collateral will allow you to market make with, for example, ETH, while your collateral value is calculated in VUSDC, because for those in the know, we actually use a virtual AMM under the hood. So it's going to get a little bit technical here, but I will do a TLDR at the end. So say you are in the ETH USDC pool where your value is calculated in VUSDC. If the ETH price goes up, your USDC collateral value will also go up. So the end result basically is no impermanent loss while you get to still make fees. So just TLDR a little bit more, provide liquidity in crypto assets with multi-collateral for potentially no impermanent loss. But obviously it's not that simple because remember, we do concentrated liquidity, ranges do still apply. So please DYOR, it makes things a lot easier, but at the same time, there is still risk involved.
So I assume it means we would get liquidated less, right? It would be safer.
Hopefully, so these are all new things. I think it's important to remember that all the things that we build, no one really has done this type of thing before.
Yeah.
So you're kind of in a pioneering industry. So yeah, we can do all the calculations theoretically, but you can only really see it, when it's in action. So we're looking very, very forward to this.
Yeah, DYOR.
DYOR.
Okay, so yeah, Lee, do you have anything to add about this?
Besides that, yeah, I'm really looking forward to this too. And I know our users have been looking forward to it for like over a year now. So I'm super excited to have this finally coming online. And as far as I've heard from the team, the latest is basically that the hope is to have the code for multi-collateral already sent to the auditors by the end of this month or the beginning of next month. So beginning of April. So that's really great news from them. And yeah, once the audit is done, we'll be pretty much ready to go online. So looking forward to that in Q2.
Yeah, we've been talking about multi-collateral for a long time. And finally.
Way too long. So ready for it. So excited.
Yeah, but we're kind of really conservative about the date. We're not sure yet.
I just get excited.
All right. Okay, next one is we want to focus on backstop liquidity provider, which we covered last week as well, and it's still in progress. So if you want to learn more about backstop liquidity provider, you can check out our previous community call where Lee had a really thorough explanation about this. Check it out. Next one is, yeah, this one is good. This is my favorite. We have simplified Maker UI now.
This is another thing that I'm actually super excited about. We had a way cooler name in my own personal opinion, but we're not sure if we're going to use this name. So at this point in time, we're just going to refer to it as a simplified Maker UI. So I think in the last community call, it was mentioned that market making on Perp v2 isn't actually that simple yet. The process is, to be honest, quite complicated. So we are building to fix this. So one of the things that we're building to be able to kind of address this is we're actually going to build kind of a one-click market making strategy, which is actually built directly into the market making UI. So essentially, you will go to the market making part on Perp v2, and then you will be able to pretty much have your collateral in there and be able to select a bullish or bearish strategy on that asset. So to kind of, give an example, so if you select a bullish strategy, it will allow for some downward price action, but essentially it will need to go up and stay in the middle for you to remain earning fees. If it goes down too far, you're going to get wrecked. And then it goes vice versa as well. If you choose a bearish strategy, if it goes up too much, you will get wrecked as well. So yeah, I guess you can say this is an easy way to make money, but it is definitely not risk-free. So I'm very excited about this too.
Yeah. Actually, Lee's been talking about this. Like he always tell people not to touch this without doing a lot of research. Even if it's our product, but we are still really careful. Yeah, because it's hard. But
I guess that's the whole part of investing. So I guess if you want to see any type of return, you have to kind of put things at risk. So I think that's something that maybe in crypto, maybe people don't speak about as much as they should. What you're doing is you're trying to, grow your assets, and you in this world you kind of get nothing for free.
Risk.
Yeah, so you have to take on some risk. So
yeah,
DYOR again.
Yeah, DYOR, non-financial advice.
Yeah.
So Lee,
I think for me, like I'm working with users every day, and like their experience means a lot to me. So when they lose money, it really hits me, and I'm like, nah. So I always want to do what I can to protect
like
all of our users, but at the same
responsibility.
time, you can't make money without putting yourself on the line a bit and taking some risks. So just make sure to manage your risk and know what you're doing before you start.
Yeah. Cool. And next one is we now have open source TypeScript SDK. It's a front end SDK, and actually we want to open source more of our code base, I guess. So what do you guys think the devs can do with this SDK?
Well, actually, in terms of go, Leonie.
No, go ahead.
In terms of open sourcing code and stuff, I'm going to touch on this a little bit more when I run through the grants program a little bit later. So yeah, this is definitely a topic that we'll cover a little bit today. So Leonie, did you want to share?
Yeah, I think for the SDK, it's basically front end. So people can, for example, build a new UI for perp.com and stuff like that. And I think as you're going to share later, then I can apply for a grant and then get funded to do stuff like that. And I think in general, open sourcing as much as possible is just part of being as transparent as possible, right?
Yeah, that's really important for the community.
We want to build.
Yeah. Nice.
And the amazing thing about open source is like there's things that people will build that you never thought of before.
Yeah, crazy things.
Yeah. So, and even
awesome
DeFi itself is something no one ever thought of before, and suddenly here it is. So yeah, we're looking forward to see what people build.
Cool. All right. And for the marketing partnerships part, the marketing listing we have covered. And last one is the reward programs. Actually, we covered this last time as well. I'm just gonna show the page again. So now we have Fenton on this page, and the APR is crazy from 34 to 600.
Crazy APRs. Oh my God.
Yeah, and also like AVEX. Oh, yeah, like AVEX, it's the base APR is 10% to 800%. Yeah, Lee actually explained a little bit about this. Like, do you want to explain it again? Like for this, how does it work?
Control your ranges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so basically the range of APR that you see is based on the range of prices you can put your liquidity in. So if you put your liquidity across the entire price range for Phantom, you'll get 13% per year. And if you put all of your liquidity in the currently active tick, then you'll get 254, which isn't technically possible with the UI, but you could do it using smart contract interaction if you're like a shadowy supercoder. And the rewards APR is paid in perp, obviously, so that's a separate bonus that you get for providing liquidity.
Yeah. Sam, do your own research about this.
DYOR, always.
Yeah, always DIY.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think those are the ones for liquidity mining, but I would like to point out as well the gas rebate program, which is still ongoing. So no matter what you do, if you're providing liquidity or if you're trading, you can get fees back in the form of perp rewards.
Yeah, free trading. It's happy for everyone. Okay, so last part is team updates. So we have many jobs opening. Yay, I click on the right tab. So we're looking for smart contract engineers, backend engineers, front-end engineers, HR specialists, finance manager, senior community manager, operations manager, technical project manager. We're looking for a lot of roles. So we want to expand our team and grow faster and faster. So join us, check out jobs.perp.fi. All right, and yeah, Anwar, do you want to cover the grants program here?
Sure. So I'm actually representing the business development and partnerships team from perp.com. So the grants program is something that is under this department. So this is actually run by my business development team at Lawrence. Shout out Lawrence, and also the grants DAO. So there's a DAO that is actually responsible for doing this as well. Basically, if there is anything that anybody wants to do or build for Perpetual Protocol, it could be, as mentioned earlier with the open source SDK, whether it be building dApps on top of perp, programmatically connecting perp to other protocols, or even intelligent ways to market the project, you can get paid to do it. So if you are interested in doing something like that, please apply with the proposal at grants.perp.fi. Obviously, once your proposal has been submitted, it will need to be approved by the grants DAO. But the thing is, please do kind of apply because we do have a significant kind of budget to do this. Some cool examples of the things that we have already done. So our friend component is building a liquidity pool simulator. So as mentioned before, liquidity pooling or market making in Perp v2 can be a little bit complicated sometimes. So before you risk real money, you can actually do it in a simulator, and that will run in real time. So you can actually see what will happen to your funds in this liquidity pool simulator. So this is something that will obviously protect you very much when you're trying to learn how to use Perp v2. Another thing that we're building, our friend Signet is building an on-chain messaging service. Basically, that can notify you if you're close to liquidation. It can monitor your staking performance when you're staking perp, amongst a bunch of other things. If there are people that are unfamiliar with what an on-chain messaging service is, basically your wallet will give you notifications, which I think is super cool. And yeah, maybe I'll just highlight one more thing. We have our friend Soyboy is writing a developer guide. So he is actually going to break down Perp's code to make it easier for other developers to kind of read and interact with. So yeah, once again, going back to the open source thing, we really do want people to build. We want, creativity is like just the thing that we really push for. You can be as creative as you want. That's essentially your only limitation. And we definitely want as many people to come and build with us as possible. So yeah, any cool ideas, come on, please apply, and then we will definitely get to it.
I love the documentation idea because it's really hard for developers to do things if there's no documentation. So yeah,
and the documentation can be very complex. So it's like, it's one thing to be able to actually bueld the code, but then to actually be able to break it down so that it's accessible to other developers. That's like a whole other kind of a whole other kind of thing in itself.
Yeah, we have V2 doc, but it's not really for developers. So yeah, I'm really glad we have that. So
I think we're definitely excited about that, because I think composability is a big thing we push at Perpetual Protocol. So, the more people come on board, the more cool things that we will come up with, things that we haven't even thought of before. So yeah, please apply.
Cool. So I'm showing this year-end report, which shows all of the grants that we have sponsored. And down here, there's apply link here. So if you have any ideas, just apply. All right, so
Perfect.
back to the team updates. Last one is community call. Yeah, it's now. So we plan to do it every 2 weeks. So yeah, just subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the bell, the notification thing. Yeah, I don't know how to
the
say
bell
that.
button, the alerts.
Bell button,
Yeah.
alert.
Click
so
on the
you,
bell button.
so you won't miss anything there. Okay, so check on our YouTube. So yeah, we've done the team updates. So if you have any questions, you can leave it on YouTube chat or on Discord community call question channel. And before we start sorry, did you?
About the community call, I
yeah.
also wanted to mention there's going to be a Twitter space tomorrow with Lyra.
Oh, right,
and our co-founder, Yan is going to join. So for those who don't know Lyra, it's a derivatives protocol on optimism as well. And they are basically building options. And I think it's going to be a really interesting one. And we also have a blog post coming out soon on how you can leverage both perps and options. And I think, yeah, it's going to be interesting, I guess.
Yeah, stay tuned on our Twitter. What time is it for the Twitter space?
It is to March 10, 1 a.m. UTC.
Okay, yeah. Cool. So before we start the Q&A session, I want to announce the oath. Like I mentioned earlier, it's an NFT for proof of attendance, like POAP. And we will share the oath link in the chat now. And because it's unlimited, so we have to put the time limits on the claim. So it will be available from 9:40 to 9:50, which is in 6 minutes for only 10 minutes. So please have your wallet ready and get ready.
Be ready, guys.
Yeah, so it will be, yeah, in 6 minutes. It's really hard to talk about the time because everyone's from different time zones. So when I say it's 9:40, it's not 9:40 for everyone else. So anyway, so it's
in 6 minutes is good. That's it. There's no confusion there. Yeah, get ready, guys.
Yeah, get ready. You will be able to plan the oath in 6 minutes, and you only get 10 minutes to do that. All right, so let's get to the question parts. I think we got some questions from Discord and YouTube. Let me see.
Yeah, we got quite a lot of questions.
Hope we have many pull-ups this time. Sorry, we have limits last time. We don't have limit this time, but we limit the time. Okay, so A asked, there have been many incidents of hacking. What are your security measures? Lee, do you want to answer that? Auditing.
Yeah, the sort of number one thing are audits. So we've already completed audits with 5 different auditors, which may sound a bit crazy, but basically security is like a major priority for us. So I actually had the list of auditors called up. Yeah, we've done audits with Consensus, ABDK, Hashcloak, DDAUB, and finally Trail of Bits. And we'll actually be doing another audit at the end of this month or the beginning of next month, probably the beginning of next month. So yeah, audits are an ongoing thing that we're always working on. So that's external auditors. We also have internal audits where the team will audit different parts of the code that come from other subunits of the team. So that's something that's going on all the time as well. And finally, another major advantage of open source software is that anybody can audit the code actually. So anybody can go on Etherscan and look at the code that's being used live in production and try and find problems with it. We have a bug bounty. So anyone who finds a problem with the code can come to us and receive a prize for reporting a problem. So anyone, if you're able to read code, definitely check that out. We're more than happy if you find a problem and can help us out, and we're happy to work with you.
Yeah, it's always a top priority for us. Yeah, and Hunnery 3D asks, do you have a plan to develop an NFT market? I don't think so.
Yeah, NFTs are like really well done by other, like our partner Galaxy, for example, and a ton of other projects. So we'll let them focus on what they're amazing at, and we'll continue to be the best we can at making perpetuals. And yeah, that's the beauty of DeFi. Like there's all these small projects, but we can all work together really well.
Yeah, we plan to become the biggest DeFi derivatives protocol. So if NFT has something to do with derivatives, maybe, but I don't know. I don't know the future. And Shadow Cloud asks, oh, sorry, he was asking about the POAP, which I already covered. And Mustafa Poreza asks, how do you see the future of the project in terms of many competitors? Yeah, good questions. Lee, do you want to answer that? A lot of competitors that we have.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's lots of competition in the space, and I think competition is always a good thing. It drives us to work harder and really, improve the.
It means we are in a
ourselves.
really good market. Only good market has a lot of competitions.
Yeah. So yeah, we welcome all those competitors, and I think we have some major advantages that our competitors don't really. Like we've been in this space already now for over a year. And developing for over 2 years. And we really put a lot of focus on our business development team to build partnerships. And I think those partnerships are going to really start to pay off. Like it takes a little bit of time to gain momentum. I think the momentum that we're gaining is really quite impressive. And actually, we have some really interesting partnerships that are coming up. So keep an eye out for that, especially with Optimism. I think we've already talked a little bit about that, and we'll be deepening our partnership with them. So keep an eye out for future announcements in that as well. I think, yeah, there's some really exciting stuff coming up.
Next
big
question
things,
is
big
similar.
things.
Okay. Yeah,
No,
next
no,
question
very
is similar. Like, hey, I can't pronounce the name. Someone asked, what is your planning about Web3 on L2? Is there other L2s that we want to be on? Good question.
At this point, I mean, we're just still so new on Optimism. Optimism itself is so new. And I think I mentioned earlier, like the experience on Optimism has actually been better than expected. So gas is good, the speed is good. So yeah, let's just see how this goes. But obviously, in terms of any DeFi kind of protocol, I think the end goal will be to be on every single chain eventually. So I guess that's how we would approach it. But for now, yeah, we're just on Optimism.
Yeah. Lee, are you muted?
I am muted, yes. Are you hearing something?
Oh, no. I thought you wanted to say something, but you were muted.
I do.
Okay.
I do want to say something, but I was just waiting for Anwar. I was just going to say that Optimism, yeah, we've really been happy with Optimism and really impressed with their, like, even just the fees that our users pay have gone down a lot since we started last year. At the end of November. So Optimism is like continuously making really interesting updates and optimizations for their protocol, and they have even more coming. So yeah, it's really exciting to work with them.
Cool. And Ellie Golami asks, what is your idea about distribution of your token? What can we say about this?
Yeah, that's a great question. Actually, at this point, the distribution is more or less complete. Like in 2020, we actually had a liquidity bootstrapping pool on Balancer that distributed several million tokens, maybe about 6 or 7 million tokens to the general public. So you could have bought at that time. And we also distributed tokens to investors, and that was completed at the end of last year. So that portion of distribution is also wrapped up. So at this point, basically, we just have like team tokens being issued, which aren't like a huge amount, and also rewards, things like liquidity mining, staking rewards, and that kind of thing. Actually, this is a topic that's really interesting, and people keep asking about tokenomics of Perpetual Protocol, and we're still sort of working even though our V2 is out and running really well, our tokenomics are still sort of from the V1 era. And actually, there's sort of like a bit of alpha I can share, which is like right now the team is really starting to focus very seriously on updating these tokenomics. So yeah, definitely look forward to some exciting news about that in the coming weeks. And of course, if you have any ideas about tokenomics, if you have any ideas whatsoever about tokenomics, definitely come and chat with us in Discord or on Telegram. We'd love to hear what ideas you have, and it'll be included in our research. So
yeah, I'm not sure if you can say that, but yeah, we already did that.
We'll erase that part of the video.
Long story short, hold your perp, right?
Yeah, hold your perp. Yeah. Okay, so next question is from Friends Home. Is there any plan for perp to make the dApp more user-friendly? It is still difficult to use. Have you ever used other dApps? Yeah, of course, there are a lot of improvement that we can do, but yeah, do you have anything you want to say, Anwar?
Even we highlighted some of the improvements that we're going to be doing. So, the simplified market making UI, multi-collateral will make things simpler too. We're always building, we're always developing. So yeah, I think even in the next few weeks, you're going to see improvements. So yeah, stay tuned.
A lot of improvements that we are doing.
Yeah. I think the new bridging options also make things a bit easier. I think that's a big hurdle for a lot of users. Yeah. But France has been a really long time user with us. So France, if you have any ideas or specific, criticisms, definitely let us know. We're really happy to hear from you.
Yes, thanks for being here every time. Did he ask the same question last time? Was it here? I don't remember. I'm not sure, but I remember there was a similar question. All right, and Zoe Boy, vegan.
It's funny. Yeah. So, he's asking what is the approval process? Well,
I think it's for grants.
I think this is for grants. So, as mentioned earlier, it has to get vetted by the grants DAO. And then once the DAO approves it and they approve like the kind of, number that you guys discuss and whatnot, and exactly how you will execute it, because it's a serious thing because you're going to be building with us. So yeah, it has to go through a pretty rigorous approval process. But then once that process is approved, that's it. You will have some milestones that you'll have to kind of essentially cross. And then I see a lot in the grant stack where it's like milestone 1, you get this amount of money, milestone 2, you get another amount of money, and then your final milestone, whatever, then you get the final amount. So that's how I see them work, but we're also very flexible. So yeah, there's no one size fits all. We vet everything on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, the following question is similar. What kind of project would you like to collaborate with in the future? Or maybe it's not only about grants, or also partnership. It's from DK. So Anwar, do you want to answer that?
Well, I think this goes back to kind of like, DeFi ethos, right? Where in the end, you want to be able to, partner with everybody, being one big ecosystem and stuff like that. Yeah. But obviously we will take it on, case by case basis again. When it makes sense, where it makes sense, yeah, we'll make it happen for sure. We've got a ton of partnerships, a lot of which we're going to be very excited to share with you in the coming future.
Yeah, cool. Because we have so many questions, but we only have 15 minutes left. So I'm going to skip some of the questions. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, guys.
It's awesome that there's so many questions, though. That's really cool.
Yeah, we will try to answer all of these questions on Discord channel. And also now it's time to claim the oath. You got actually it's 4 minutes left.
4 minutes.
4 minutes left.
Yeah, really sorry. That's my fault for missing the chat notification. Sorry.
What chat notification? No, it's fine.
In Zoom, anyway.
Krishna Muthusemi asked about limit orders. Many people are asking about this. So is there anything we can share about this already?
Not yet. This is a very big question. It's something that we are working on, but yeah, we're not going to share anything.
A lot of people are asking about this. So we would definitely do it, but we now focus on multi-collateral and we will focus on this. Maybe not doing by ourselves, maybe working with other projects, but we will try to have that. Lee, do you have anything to add?
The only thing I would add is that I did see some news about this today, like just some sort of the basic start of working on this. So it's definitely on the roadmap. We're just focusing on like some bigger, more protocol focused stuff where we're trying to be the sort of underlying asset that other people use, or the underlying tool that people use in other other projects. So that's sort of our first step, and then the next step will be more on the usability side for like direct usage of our protocol by end users. So it's sort of a bigger process.
Yeah,
but it will come.
Yeah, it will come. All right. So Shadow Cloud said, Leonie and Hannah, perfect. Thank you. So I just waste
yes,
5 seconds.
agree.
Yeah, what happened?
And you guys are not perfect. Right.
We'll work on it.
I think we need to answer questions from Discord community too. I'm sorry for the questions from YouTube chat. Let me see. Oh, so many questions. Which one should I pick?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Matt Modo asks, how do you plan to increase the numbers of users? A lot of plans, I think. Leonie, do you want to share what the marketing team has been doing recently?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest ones that we mentioned before already are also the rewards programs, like liquidity mining and the gas rebate program. And we'll continue to have that just to incentivize users to just try out the platform, see what you like. And you can always give us feedback on Discord or anywhere, preferably on Discord, I guess. So
there's
those
also
are
the referral program as well. Sorry.
Yeah,
Don't forget the referral program. Woo-hoo.
Yeah,
referral program as well. And then we have the listing campaigns, and really try to be out there. And we will go to a few conferences and hackathons to also get new developer resources, users. And I think we're trying to do a lot. So stay tuned to the announcements and just follow us on Twitter, and you will see everything that we do.
Yeah. And if you have any ideas for the marketing, you can always share your idea on Discord, on the community, and maybe we would just do it because it's a community.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of similar questions about competitors, and I think we have covered that. And about the roadmap, do we talk about the roadmap? I think we focus on multi-collateral now, and what would be the next? Lee, do you want to share?
Are you looking at that something juice or something guy question? Anyway, yeah, for the roadmap, basically our number one focus right now is multi-collateral. So once we have that online, that opens up like a lot of amazing potential for partnerships as well. So multi-collateral and partnerships are like a major focus. And then also the tokenomics update, and also revamping the staking program, or the staking will have a total overhaul. Staking is still from like the V1 era. And after that, limit orders are still something on the roadmap. And but the sort of crown jewel of Perpetual Protocol that will be, this is like the ultimate goal probably for this year will be permissionless market creation, where anybody will be able to launch their own, perpetual market with whatever pairs that they want. And this is sort of like a pretty major undertaking that we've been working on for quite some time with some of the biggest experts in the field from Delphi Digital. So that work is ongoing, and we'll really start to pick up steam once we launch multi-collateral. So those are sort of the main things that we're working on right now. And I also noticed a sort of side question that says, does your team have sufficient funds and strong members to achieve these goals? Which is a really cool question that I don't think we've ever been asked before, as far as I can recall. For funding, we are actually pretty well funded. As far as I know, we have funds to continue as we are for the next at least 2 years. there is the possibility of having more funding come on. We can get more funding as well. This project is founded by two co-founders who have a lot of experience in the startup space, a lot of experience looking for funding. So in terms of funding, like we're very well positioned, which is great as somebody working for the protocol. And do we have strong members to achieve these goals? I think we have a really awesome team, especially in the developer team who, you guys don't really get a whole lot of chance to interact with, but like they're super amazing. And we have some like really genius people. They're not on Twitter like Andre Kanye, but I think they are, pretty much in a similar level, according to me. Like there's some really smart people. So so I have a really huge amount of confidence in our co-founders who have like a ton of experience in the business space as well as the crypto space, and our amazing development team, and also our like business development team is incredible. We have some like really amazing people on that team. And the marketing team is awesome as well. And there's just a bunch of other small sub teams that we have as well, like data teams and like growth team, and just a bunch of amazing people. So something that I saw another question too about community, like what our strategy is to attract more community members. And I think this is one, I would say like a more of a weaker point that we have. Like we do try and create like a nice community atmosphere, but we haven't really taken things to the next level. And so that's a major focus for me in the next, like right now, basically, and in the months going forward. So, yeah.
Nice. By the way, I saw we sent out the old link later. Should I extend the time or not?
Are you able to extend it?
Did we send the link on time?
No, we sent it out later.
Sorry?
We sent it a bit later. I think time was from 40 to 50, and we sent it at like 44, 45.
Okay. So, so should I expand the time a little bit? Let me see if I can do it.
I feel like most people probably got a chance to get it.
Okay, I'm gonna expand it to like 5 more minutes from now on.
Sounds good.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Well, apparently there's already 400 claimed according to somebody in the chat.
Really? Wow. How many people is online now? Let me check.
Yeah, like 100.
We have 100. I saw 150, which is good. All right, more questions. Lots about our roadmap. And Brian Motai, one of our prevangelists, asks, is there a way to temperature test ideas for grants you would like to apply for with the grant style and general community? Anwar, do you think we can test?
Yeah, at this point, I mean, there's not really a way to temperature test the strength of your proposal. I think, if anything, you could see what has actually been done in the grants program first. And then, and also makes sense. I think there's no reason to think that you won't get the grant, so as long as it makes sense and it is good, then I think we will do it.
Is it me or Anwar just like disconnected for a while?
I think I did disconnect. What was the last thing you guys heard?
I think you missed the most important part. So do you want to say again?
I'll just go from the start. So yeah, in terms of like a proposal that you might have for the grants program, I don't think there's a way to actually like temperature test it. I think the best way to actually go about it is to actually see what grants we have already given out previously. But at the same time, I wouldn't use that as a benchmark either. I think if you can really think of an idea and you can apply it and it makes sense to the project, and you can kind of structure it into a proposal that makes sense, and then what you're asking for in return also makes sense, I don't think there's any reason why you should hesitate. I think you should just apply and see how you go. If your grant proposal gets rejected the first time, you can tweak it and then apply again. So, you know, like there's no sort of limitation to that. What I would say to that is to just try. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I think he wants to know if there's a way to like kind of lobbying all the grant style members or something.
Oh, that's political.
No, but I think there sort of is, like, if you have an idea, just come to our Discord and general channel and just like start talking about it, and the team is going to notice, and I'll talk to you about it, or one of our evangelists will talk to you about it, and if it's a great idea, people are going to like the idea and say, yeah, let's go for it. And just keep, we can discuss whatever. If you really think it's an awesome idea and you really want to make it happen, then I don't see why it should be possible. So definitely just come and talk to us, and we'll see how it goes.
I'm not sure if everyone knows about this, but all of our core team members are on Discord all day, all the time. So it's not only the community members on our Discord channel. Our team members are on Discord channels as well. Not only Lee, actually everyone in team, even like our engineering team are on Discord all day, like all the time. So like chat with us. Okay, I think we should pick the last question. Lee, do you see any question that you think it's interesting that you want to answer?
Not at the moment.
Last question is Silas 315. Do you have a plan to increase your leverage? I think we voted for that.
That's a great question, though. I don't think we plan right now to increase the leverage, but it's definitely possible to increase up to like 20x. So it is possible, in the future we'll have like a vote to increase to 20x. I think if you really like the idea of higher leverage, then we can make a proposal in our governance forum, which doesn't get a lot of action these days. So your post would definitely be noticed. So just make a post in the governance forum. That's gov.perp.fi. And maybe it will pass. There was previously a proposal to increase the leverage maybe 6 months or almost a year ago. And it did not pass at that time, but maybe now there's more appetite for higher leverage. As far as I know, most of the traders using Perpetual Protocol are not using the maximum leverage, actually. So, I'm not sure how much of a market there really is for something over 10x, but I could be totally wrong, and for sure we can have a vote on it.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't think we can answer more questions now because the time is up. But we will try to answer all the questions on Discord. And as for those questions on YouTube channel, I'm not sure if we can keep this chat, but we will try to answer all the questions. And sorry for not being able to answer all of this. So let's wrap it up for the call, and stay tuned. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell to get alerts when we have a new video. And what else do you want to say? Hey, Lee, do you have anything else you want to mention?
No, that's it for me. Thanks everyone for coming.
Thanks everyone for coming, and that's it.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
See
you,
later.
everyone.
Thanks, guys.